Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And sorry, I always notice my hair as soon as I get on, even though I check it before I even get here. I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning. It is June 19. It's Rachel Markin's birthday. I'm live on Facebook right now, but I always post to YouTube. So you can find me. Obviously, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, on my business page at dazzledbystamping.com. Well, it's facebook.com/dazzledbystamping. Or if you go to my website, good morning, Janet. If you go to my website, dazzledbystamping.com, you can find samples and classes, and you can shop there and all sorts of things. You can look through the catalogs there. So you can find me, if I'm not here live, you can find me on my website there. So today I'm going to be featuring a bundle. It's called Country Flowers. It's actually, hi Carrie. It's actually part of I call it a mega suite because there's 2 bundles in it. There's actually even 2 sets of designer paper in it. And then the suite itself, usually if it's a suite, it usually has designer paper and embellishments. I'm not sure if there's ribbon in there. Suddenly, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to look it up in my catalog because I think I have my catalog right here. And I remember from someone, hi Marsha, someone recently shopping, I think it's page 51. Yep. Okay, ribbon. Oh yeah, there's ribbon there too. I should have done it on my other card. I thought of it at one time. Hi Nancy. So I'll show you this 2-page spread. Is there more? No, just 2-page spread. Oh, so that's a cool thing in the catalog that we have now. So they have all the suites together, and it's a 2-page spread. So it shows the bundle is in it, the embellishments, the ribbon, design paper, whatever is going on in there. So I'll show you that later. But here is Country Flowers. Here's the stamp set, and I'm planning to use it first time. Hi Dot. I think you, I love that. Well, I'm sorry he's down for his nap. I would have loved to have him here too. So I'm going to do a card that is traditional, and hi Mario, and I'm going to do one that is non-traditional, and it was actually an idea of Rachel's. I think she saw it somewhere, but here are the dies. Yeah, it's so pretty. And actually, this is the first that I've played with it. I didn't get it until just recently. It wasn't on my list at first. Okay, I need to refresh my screen. I forgot to do that here. And and I'm going to get a drink. Then we can do the randomizer. So, thank you for sharing, Dina. Did I see that you were on already? Thanks for joining me. Hey, are you still fishing? Or are you home now? I don't remember how long you're going to be gone. So, I will do the randomizer really quick. I have to find my Post-it notes. Okay, so there are 2 cards. Hi, Jamie. 2 cards that I'm giving away. From last week. They were my scrap cards with the negative space of friend. Okay, well, welcome home. Hi, Kathy. Did I say that already? Man, I have such a short-term memory when it comes to being on a live. Well, it's that way anyway, but especially when I'm live, my mind's just going everywhere. So my scrap cards from last week using the friend negative space, that's what I'm giving away. So I have 2 cards to give away today. So I'm going to go over to my my randomizer, and I have my settings up, and left early because of weather not cooperating. Oh man, that's over. Big lake fishing. So which lake? Were you on Michigan or Were you up by Superior, or where were you? Or is that not what you mean by Big Lake? Oh, I just thought you went to a small lake inland, just north. Okay, so first start. Huron. Okay, gotcha. Oh, yay. My first winner is Jamie Sales. I don't know if she's on yet. I know Jamie Rose is. So is that where you always go, Dina? Jamie Sales. Okay. And do another one. And start. Carrie Hacker. Yay, you are my second winner. Didn't you guys both win together the last time one of you won? That's funny. Okay. So I need to get back to Facebook. Oops, that's not Facebook. There we go. All right. Yes, congratulations to you girls. Okay. So, so I told you that I am doing, we leave for UP Sunday for 2 weeks. Oh, cool. Well, that's fun. So hopefully you'll have better luck fishing in the UP, maybe. Okay, so I told you that I'm going to be using Country Flowers, and I'm going to do a, I guess I'll say, I used the word already. What was the word? Typical. That's not the word I want to use. There's a word that means typical. What word did I use? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to use this stamp set and the bundle for the typical way to use this stamp set. There's a word that I use and I don't know what it is. And then I'm going to do one that is a little bit different. Going rogue on it, but it wasn't my idea. It was, well, Rachel saw the concept somewhere. I forgot to, I refreshed my screen, but then I forgot to go look for the video so that I can see comments when I put you down. Okay, so I'm going to put you down. I'm going to show you the suite in the catalog. And then I knew you would love that dot. I knew you were going to comment. And then I'll start playing. So I'm going to use my magic wand on backward you, put you upside down. And here we go. Okay, so here is the 2-page spread in the catalog. It's page 50 and 51. So there's 2 different bundles here. I'm using this bottom one. And there's 2 different, I guess I don't need to show you. I brought my swatch books of designer paper over here so that I could show you, but you can see it pretty well in here. So this one is called Country Woods. This one's called Country Lace, and I am going to use each of them today, one on each different card. So then there's actually an embossing folder that coordinates. This is a ribbon combo pack. What do they call it? Petal pink and white diagonal trim combo pack. This is actually pretty, and I saw it last night and I was going to grab it to use it, and I ended up not putting ribbon on it. I put embellishments instead. And then these are cool. These are the gray, basic gray and smoky slate pearls. So they are a good replacement for, we used to have metallic, what were they called? Were they called metallic pearls? I don't know. Anyway. Hi, Julie. How are you? Did your surgery go okay on Monday? So anyway, these are a good metallic replacement. Okay, so done with this catalog. So that is really going to bug me that I can't think of the word that I was trying to use. Okay, so I'm just using, my colors here are, this is Misty Moonlight. This is designer paper from Country Lace. So this is Petal Pink, this is Smoky Slate. Here's the other side, but we're not using that side this time, but just showing you the piece that we're using. This is for the inside. This is Smoky Slate. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp first so that, oh, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well. So that it can dry, because today's a coloring day. So I'm using this teapot here. And we're gonna put some flowers in it. I always like to test on my, that one needed a test. The one flower wasn't very dark. Okay, gonna put some flowers in the teapot. I feel like it fits better this way, even though I have it mounted the other way. That's good. Okay, so here's my teapot. I'm gonna set this aside so that it can dry. You need to do that even though the Memento specifically is made for working with the Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol-based markers. Even though they're made for that, it still does need to dry a little bit before you do it so that you don't make it bleed. So I'm going to set that aside and sort of get my card base together. So I have my white inside. So ever since, I used to always do my awesomeness. What's awesomeness? That I'm coloring? Or you just like these colors? Or what's your comment about? I used to always do 4 corners in the center, a little strip, little strip, little strip, little strip, and center. But these work better the longer the strip you take. So if you start on your mat rather than just right on the designer paper or your cardstock, it works better. Sometimes I don't need to if it's just working smoothly, but if you have a problem, that will help you fix it. So I have my designer paper. I'm gonna put this little strip of designer paper on here too. The flower arrangement and the teapot. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's really cute. I'm not a big teapot person, and you know I'm not a big coloring person, but this is just too pretty. I had to use it. Okay, Smoky Slate. And we're gonna put this down like this. Okay, while have this ready, I'm just gonna put my greeting right on here. So this, let me pull it back out. This has a few different greetings. I love this one, Best Friend Ever, with heartfelt sympathy, flower market, sending love, and so lucky to know you. I'm making this one a sympathy card. Ooh, I bounced that or something. I'm putting it down here just so I know where I can, I have my mat in the way, where I can put my flowers later. I don't want the flowers in the way. Okay, so here's my base all ready for my flowers. Now I'm gonna do my flowers. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. My stamps too. Okay, so I want to go with the flowers that I have, or the color scheme that I have here. So I'm actually going to start with the teapot. And I'm not sure that I want to use dark on here. This Smoky Slate is pretty light, but if you color so much, then it gets really dark. So I'm just gonna color this quick and maybe add some highlights so it doesn't get too dark. I feel like I was gonna do a different color on this teapot, and I don't know why I didn't. I had that in mind last night, and then I just went with gray. I guess maybe because there's gray in my card, my designer paper, and some of the basic areas of it. Okay, so we have our teapot. So now I'm not going to outline it. I'm just going to go over these these lines on it. I don't want it to get too dark. The one that I made last night was kind of dark. Okay, so here's my, I changed my mind and I'm gonna blend it a little bit. That's why it got too dark. All right, I'm not blending anymore. I just want it to be light because this is so light. The gray is so light on here. Okay, now, so this is Petal Pink. So I grabbed Petal Pink, but I also like Petal Pink with Coral, and I wanted to make it a little bit darker. So I'm doing some highlights of, this is the light Calypso Coral. I'm going to go in the parts of the rose, and then I'm going to take the dark Petal Pink and blend it. I did more of a coral one last night, and I just wanted it lighter. All right, gonna get the center of this rose. And just a few spots. So, in case this is confusing to you, if you've not stamped with me in person or watched my live or whatever, the reason I go back and forth between my colors, between the light and dark, if a color, or this is obviously a different color than this, they blend better when you do it while it's wet. So you put down your dark color on a small area and you work with that, and then it just helps it blend better if you want a blended look. Okay, so now I'm going to take, this is light Old Olive, and I'm just going to do, I really do want this light. I don't want it to be too dark. And again, I got it too dark last night. So if I'm going to make any blending of color, I'm going to do it with the same color and just deepen it in a spot and not go for the dark. Make sure I'm getting all of the leaves. Okay, so here are my leaves. So now if I want to deepen it a little bit, I'm just going to color a little bit more on some of these leaves. So I have a blended look, but it's not too dark. Okay, now this is going to get kind of dark, but it's all right. We'll survive. Because I'm bringing in the Misty Moonlight. That is this. So this is light Misty Moonlight, but it's still kind of dark. I'm bringing the Misty Moonlight from the card base. So I don't know what kind of flowers these are. They're probably like baby's breath, so they're supposed to be white, but we're using creative license here and going with Misty Moonlight. Just to coordinate all of our colors that we have in our cardstock. Even though these are tiny, I cannot stand using the fine tip of these markers. I love the brush tip. It's just personal preference, I guess, because you definitely have to be delicate trying to get this big old brush tip in here, but as long as I don't have like fat, clumsy fingers when I'm doing it. Some days they're like that, but today I seem to be doing okay. All right. So even though it's dark, it's still, I mean, the Misty Moonlight is dark. It still is just a soft touch with the light Misty Moonlight. Okay, so this is going to go on, and I'm not going to use dimensionals on this. I'm just going to put it down. Oops, not like that. Don't throw it. Okay, so it's going to go down like this. And then, thank you. Hi, Rebecca. I'm so happy to see you. Then where did I go? All right, then I'm using these. These gems are a little bit different. They're called iridescent faceted gems. There's like a star in them. I must have used them last week. They're part of the suite or the bundle that I used last week. Or I guess they would be part of a suite because embellishments don't come in a bundle, they come in a suite. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to use. I think it's getting to the end and I can't get it out very well. Okay, so I'm going to pick up this, and I want one here. I'm dropping stuff here. I want one here, and I'm going to do a little one up here. I love how the iridescent takes on whatever color it is that you're, stamping with. So here's my card. This is Country Flowers again, and the designer paper, both of these are Country Lace is what this designer paper is. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Rogue card. Yeah, thanks. I like these. I like these colors together. They work well. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a card. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do a card that I'm using the pail and the mouse from the Hearts and Hugs. Like I said, this was Rachel's idea, and I'm just going to go with it. Or I don't know where she got the idea. She got the idea from somebody. So I'm going to, here are my colors that I chose for this card. So this is from Country Woods this time. So there's like the wood grains on here. And I looked on the back. Remember, you can look on the back and find what colors are in the designer paper. And the wild wheat is one of the colors in this designer paper. So I wanted to pull that out. So that's my colors. So I'm going to color my pail. So I already stamped these so that they could dry this time. So I'm going to start with dark here. I'm going to come down the side and do the dark. And then come in with the light to blend it. I always get quiet when I'm coloring. So this, I don't know if I said this, this is Smoky Slate, just like the last card. I don't know if I said it on the last card. And I'm gonna add the dark here again. Maybe I want the dark on this part of the pail. So the main gray in this card is not Smoky Slate. I would say that it would be basic gray, but I'm going with Smoky Slate for this thing. All right, that's enough blending for me. Okay, so the mouse we're going to do in, well, first of all, I want to do the ears and nose, and so we're going to go, this is Bubble Bath. I'm going to do, I guess they're all feet, but I'm going to call them hands and feet. So we're going to add some dark crumb cake here. I usually think of a mouse as being brown. I mean gray, but obviously I didn't want the same, I didn't want it to be gray on gray on gray. That would be annoying. Okay. Is that why we grew up with coloring books, parents wanting to keep us quiet? Oh, maybe. It was probably invented by a parent that wanted to find some quiet time for their kids. It's funny. I don't mind coloring in coloring books, like with my kids. I probably said that before. Because that's the intent. But when I'm stamping, usually I always forget this little arm right here. Usually I just want to stamp and be done. So I want a quick kind of card. Okay, so I'm sorry to say there's really no reason for me to color that tail because I'm going to be cutting it off. My dog caught and played with a field mouse this morning. Oh, that's so good. So at our team retreat, it's the retreat center is a barn made into a house and a retreat center. Like her house is above it. I'm using yellow because of the colors in the card and the wild wheat was too close to the crumb cake. Our second night there, Linda and I saw a mouse in the kitchen. It kept going back and forth, and we're like, go away. We don't want you. Okay, so here are my cute little pieces that I have. And now I'm going to cut them. Okay, so remember, first of all, this mini boss is on sale, is discounted 10% this month. And for you to be able to use it well, you want to remember to make, I gotta make sure it's in the camera. You gotta make sure that the end going into the machine makes a capital E. So the bottom plate is long, the first cutting mat is short. See, there's a gap here. And then this top cutting mat is long. That will help you be able to go through the machine well. Otherwise, just, I don't know, just with the little bit of warping that these mats always do, the cutting mats always do, it makes it so that you can't get it through the machine. I think part of it is because the handle, you can't see the handle, this handle has such a small rotation, you don't have the same kind of leverage as the big machine. But anyway, you need to make sure that you do that. So also the big machine is discounted 10%. So that is an awesome deal. And you can make it even more awesome by, if you choose to make the big machine your, what you choose for your starter kit when you join my team, then you also get free shipping. Because the machine is too expensive. Oops, I better put this on the magnet. I love my magnet cards so that I have, I don't lose them. And those are not a Stampin' Up! Item, by the way. Those, I get those actually from, oh, why can't I think the name? What is that place called? Stampin' Store. Online. Anyway, so it's a even better deal on the machine when you choose it as your starter kit because you get free shipping. So that's a good way to do it. Okay, so there's my items that I'm going to put. Okay, so now we're going to build the card. Now that we have our cutting done. Okay, first, well, I'm going to do it off camera so you don't. Stampin' Stars, thank you. Yeah, it took me a minute to get that out. Okay, so first thing that I'm going to do is put this smoky slate down. It didn't work the first time. I had to get it on my mat. On my silicone mat. Okay, this is going down first. Okay, so before I put things on here, I'm going to stamp this greeting at the bottom. Lost my ink pad. I have ribbon sticking to me because I got my adhesive on the ribbon. It's not even the ribbon I'm going to use. I was using it yesterday for something. Okay. So at the bottom, we're putting on here, best friend ever. It barely fits on here. It's a good thing I didn't go any skinnier. I love how that's written out. That's just cool. Okay. So we're going to set that aside. So this is going to go on basic gray. And then on here, we're going to stamp the other greeting. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. It's amazing how you can lose something in just, it's a 3x3 amount of space. So silly. Okay, so this says, so lucky to know you. Don't these colors look good together? I know that wild wheat is not a favorite of some people, but if you get the right color combination, it's pretty amazing, actually. Okay, so now before I put my pieces on, I'm actually going to use this. I forgot what it's called. It's not Baker's Twine. Oh, Jute Trim is what it's called. So these are the oldest in colors. Yeah, I always love mixed fonts. That's amazing. So these are the oldest in colors. So these will be, where are we at? We're in June. So we got a year on this. But anyway, these are the oldest colors. So this is wild wheat. And I'm going to wrap this. I struggle with this a little bit. I like having coordinating colors. But this jute trim, it's pretty thick. And so it's not my favorite thing to use. Thank you. I'm glad that you like the color combinations too. Now I'm feeling like I got fat fingers that don't want to work with this. There we go. I got it. I got it. Cut that. And that. Okay. So I got that on there. All right, now to get my, where did I put them? Now to get my, okay, I'm cutting this off camera so you don't get sad. Okay, so on the back of this, what did we call this? Oh, pail. Back of this pail, we're gonna put adhesive so that we can get our mouse in it. All right, and then we're using dimensionals. So we're gonna put one up here, one low. You know that I'm not shy with dimensionals. I want them, if it's gonna pop, I'm gonna pop it. I want it to stay popped. Okay, so this is gonna go over here. Aw, isn't he so cute? All right, and then more dimensionals back here. It's almost done. I don't remember what all I was crafting. Oh, I know, I was working on my swaps. I opened up a package of dimensionals and I used a whole sheet of it almost. Oh no, I'm sorry I missed it with the phone call. Thank you, Marcia. Okay, so now this is gonna go right here. There we go. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Okay, so I'm done stamping. So I'm going to put you back up. Oh, I got something in my eye. All right. So I'm going to upside down you, put you backwards. And here we go. Okay. So here is this cute little guy. I love him so much. So Rachel's idea was putting cute little critters in these the buckets or whatever containers are there. Okay, so there's the last one that I made, and then here is the first one that I made. It's so crazy. I'm actually going to give the other one that I made, I'm going to give to a friend of Tyler's. Not Father's Day weekend, but the weekend before. Two of his best friends and a co-worker, like a co-manager at his work, all three of them lost their dads. They passed away a week and a half ago, all the same weekend. Crazy. So crazy. So anyway, I had a need for that too. Thank you so much. Love the teapot. Yeah, it's cute. Okay, so quick reminders. It's June 19. Yes, June 19. So we have like a week and a half, 2 weeks left on a couple promotion. Well, it's one promotion, but it's a couple things. So all of our stamp and die bundles, for those of you that are demonstrators, that's not on the pre-orders, just the ones that are in catalogs or in online exclusives for everybody right now. All of the stamps plus die bundles are discounted an additional 10%. The reason I say additional is because they're already discounted. Like if you bought a stamp set and a set of dies separately, they would be one price. If you buy them together with the number that's together, the bundle number, it's discounted 10%. So those bundles, the dies ones, are discounted 10% this month. And then so is the mini boss and the big boss. So that's for all of this month. So July 3, a few things will be coming. There will be new online exclusives. I've played with some of them already. That was what my swap was for. That just got out. What day is today? Wednesday. I got it out Monday. Quick mention, if you didn't know, I always forget this. And I heard on the news, it's the second year only. There is no mail service today. It's an official holiday for Juneteenth. Is that how I say it? It has to do with the end of slavery or something like that. Anyway, no mail today. Sorry. But anyway, I don't know how that came out. It was random. It just flew through my head. July 3 online exclusives are coming. And, I know, because I talked about my swap. I had to make sure that I got it out so that she would get it in time because there was no shipping and no mailing today. July 3, new online exclusives will be posted. And Stampin' Up! Is bringing to all customers the Stampin' Glass mat. That was something that was available to new demonstrators. Was it just back in January? They got that available pretty quickly. Anyway, that will be July 3 also. And I have 2 classes that are open for registration. One is my Dazzling Card Club, which you've actually already seen 3 of the cards. I've done them on my lives already. And the other ones, you just get a peek of it. So it's using the Friends for Life stamp set or bundle and the designer paper and stuff like that. So that you need to register by the 26th, and the class is either July 2 or July 5. And then my all occasions card class, I've changed to, it's going to be different, I think, in July because of how the dates go. But anyway, the end of this month, it's the last Tuesday of the month, and then that would be the last Thursday also. So that registration ends, is that the 24th? Monday? It's that Monday. I think that's all that I have for you today. Yeah, did anybody have any questions? I didn't think to ask that. That's all I got. So thank you for joining me today. And so the Country Flowers bundle, it is available right now for your 10% additional 10% discount. I looked it up last night, so hopefully it didn't change by this morning. Thanks, Mario. You too. So there's lots of bundles that are available, but there are a few that are not available right now because everybody wants them. So have a great day. Have a great week. And you're welcome, Nancy. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you again next week, Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on my Facebook business page. Have a great day. Bye.